Section 7.2, example 2, solving a system of 3 equations and 3 variable by elimination. Find a solution to the following system. So just like before, what we want to do is add equations together so that way we eliminate one of the variables. But this time we have 3. So what you eliminate in the first 2 equations, you also have to eliminate in the second set of equations. So let's think smarter, not harder with these. Right away, I'm looking at these 2 equations, just adding them together, we eliminate the x's. So let's get started with that. We'll call this one equation 1, we'll call this one equation 2, this one equation 3. So again, just adding equation 1 and 2, we eliminate the x's. So 1 and 2. Equation 1, x minus 2y plus 3z is equal to 9. Equation 2, negative x plus 3y minus z is equal to a negative 6. So now adding those 2 together, x's are eliminated. Y, we end up with y. And positive 3 minus 1, we have plus 2z is equal to 9 minus 6 is going to give us 3. So now that's one equation that we have now. Now another one, we just use equation 1, we just used equation 2. We have to do something that includes equation 3. So starting off with that, equation 3, we have 2x minus 5y plus 5z is equal to 17. All right, so we have to manipulate one of these 2, so this one or this one. It looks like we can multiply by a negative 2 here, so that way we eliminate the x. We need to eliminate the x. There isn't any other way to do this, and you'll see why once we actually find those solutions. So using this one, here we just have to multiply by 2. I'd rather multiply by a positive number than a negative number, just in case we mess up the sign somehow. So let's multiply equation 2 by a positive 2. So equation 2, negative x plus 3y minus z equals negative 6. And we're going to multiply that by a positive 2. So 2 times negative x, we have negative 2x. 2 times 3, positive 6y. 2 times negative 1, negative 2z. Negative 6 times 2 is going to be a negative 12. And from there, we just created this equation so that when we add it, the 2's are eliminated. Most important part. So let's just rewrite this one. This was equation 2, just manipulated. So let's do equation 2 star. That's a negative 2x plus 6y minus 2z is equal to a negative 12. Adding those 2 equations together, the 2 subtract out, we have y plus 3z is equal to 5. So now we have these 2 equations down here. If you want to keep labeling them, we could label this one equation 4, this one equation 5. I don't want to confuse you with that. I'm not sure if the book does it that way too, but we could just stay cognizant with these here. So here, now what we have is a system of 2 equations. Let's write it as such. Y plus 2z is equal to 3. Y plus 3z is equal to 5. So just like our XY systems, now we have a YZ system. And we have a couple of different ways that we could solve these. I'm going to stick with elimination. Let's multiply equation 1 here by negative 1. So that way when we add it, so negative, 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 that way when we add it, the y's simple the y's are eliminated. So -1 times equation 1, y plus 2z is equal to 3 times -1. So we have -y minus 2z is equal to -3. And we're going to add that to equation 2. So -y minus 2z equals -3. And we're adding that to our equation 2. Y plus 3z is equal to 5. Add those two equations together. Our y's are eliminated. And we end up with z is equal to 2. There we go. So we have z. Just like with 2 variable, we still have to go back and find out what the other variables are. So here we have z. If we plug it into one of these equations here, we're just eliminating whatever z is. We still have 2 variables that we have to solve for. So what I suggest is we plug it into one of these 2 equations just to see what values we have here. Let's go with, either one is fine. Let's go with this equation. So y plus 2z equals 3. We found out what z was. Y plus 2 times, let z equal 2 is equal to 3. We have y plus 4 equals 3. Subtract 4 from both sides. We have y is equal to -1. So now we have our y, we have our z. We just have to figure out what x is. Now that we have 2 variables, we could plug in y, we could plug in z, figure out what x is. Just like before, I want to be a little lazy and just use that. So let's try equation 1. X minus 2y plus 3z is equal to 9. All right, so we have x, we don't know what x is, minus 2 times y, we found out was -1, plus 3 times z, we found out was 2. So we have x2, or -2 times -1 gives us a +2, so +2. 3 times 2 is 6, so +6 is equal to 9. We have x plus 8 is equal to 9. Subtract 8 from both sides. End up with x is equal to 1. And that's it there. So we have all 3 of our components. We go 1, our x, y, z, 1, -1, and 2. And there we go. That's our solution to the system of equations. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.